Nyama choma is a local delicacy of meats. Literally every Kenyan is familiar with nyama choma.
Maasai style of cooking has found itself into Kenyan cuisine. Some people are still keeping it very simple, where others have gotten more creative and added more spices and marinades to cooking their meat.
Hi, my name is Fred Muhia. I'm the General Manager of Carnivore Restaurant, Nairobi, Kenya. Carnivore, as the name suggests, is that animal that preys on herbivores. So we are a restaurant that serves all kinds of meats. It's popularly known as nyama choma, which is Swahili for barbecue. Literally every Kenyan is familiar with nyama choma or barbecue meat. It's what most people would eat, especially on weekends. Nyama choma, the carnivore, is slightly different from what people do at home or for an event, because we comprise of a huge variety, from the domestic meats such as beef, lamb, chicken, pork, to exotics like ostrich, crocodile, and occasionally camel meat. Our style of barbecuing is rather unique. We use Maasai spears and swords. We modify this to be able to hold meat over hot coals while it's being barbecued. Right here at the carnivore, at the back of the premises, we have a kiln where we make charcoal. We mainly use the acacia tree. We give seedlings to the Maasai communities. They grow the trees. We buy them back from them, and when they're mature, we cut them down, we put them in the kiln, and we make charcoal. This charcoal becomes the main fuel for barbecuing the meats. It imparts a special smoky flavor and makes the meats really delicious. We make our own marinades. The whole idea is just to salt the meat a little bit without adding too many things that changes the natural flavors of the meat. So our marinades comprise of oil, vinegar, fresh herbs, depending on the type of meat that we are going to marinate in that. Right next door on these premises, we have a small kitchen garden where we grow our own herbs, and we use all this in our kitchen. The Carnivore Restaurant opened in 1980. We serve it in a special way because we bring it to the middle of the table with a wide variety of sauces and side dishes. The carvers carve the meat on hot plates, hot cast iron plates, and the meat is cured on Maasai spears and swords, which makes it very unique and great eating. All our meats are sourced locally. Meats like chicken, beef, and lamb is all farmed by local farmers. In Kenya, it is illegal to hunt wild game. The only game that one can be able to serve is what is farmed in ranches. One of them farms ostrich. It's unique in flavor, it's still very gamey, and it's very popular in our restaurant. The other exotic meat is a crocodile. Crocodile is farmed mainly for its skin. You can't get this in many places around the world. Nyama choma is part of Kenya's cuisine. From way back, most of the communities in Kenya used to do a lot of hunting, and they used to make their own homemade meals from meat. Particularly the Maasai community in Kenya, whose diet is predominantly meat. So this caught on and has become a popular delicacy in literally all parts of Kenya. At the Carnivore, we've introduced this as part of our menu to visitors from far and abroad to try something which is part of our culture.
Hi, I'm Kiana Moju, a producer for Tasty, and this is my family's ranch located in the mountains of Sultan Hamoud, Kenya. On the ranch, we raise cows, goat, and sheep. Today we're going to be preparing some Maasai style barbecue for my uncle's wedding. We're expecting about 1,000 guests, so we're going to prepare 2 cows, 7 goats, and 3 sheep. This style of preparing and barbecuing meat is the traditional Maasai way of cooking. Everything that is used to cook is found here on the land. The wood we use comes from the acacia tree, which grows naturally in this environment. We raise the same animals that we end up eating. A lot of people are involved in wrangling these animals because they can be quite dangerous. So you'll have a lot of people either in the home or neighbors come very early in the morning to help with the butchering process for everyone's safety. The cuts of meat differ than the Western cuts that a butcher would know. These cuts are decided by the elders, and not only about which pieces get cut, but also who gets to eat which pieces. There's certain pieces of meat that are reserved for special guests, elder men, pieces for elder women, as well as pieces that the men barbecuing get to eat before everyone else in the party gets served. The meat is skewered on a plant very similar to eucalyptus, and that provides flavor to the meat while being roasted. The meat is not cooked over direct flames, but rather the charcoal that's made from the acacia tree. The flavoring of the meat purely comes from the smoke, the wood it's cooked on, and a little bit of salt after the meat is done. Maasai people really enjoy the natural flavor of the meat. The tradition of roasting meat is done by the Morans of our tribe, who are the warriors of the Maasai tribe. However, because of education, you have a lot of younger Maasai people who aren't spending as much time home and haven't learned these traditions. So it's actually the elders in the tribe who are now dictating how the entire barbecuing should be done. Around the barbecue, there's a big pot of soup, and inside of the pot is just water and bones. Medicinal plants and tree barks will be added to the soup, and this serves as a detox cleansing soup that is generally consumed after having a very heavy meal. Maasai style of cooking has found itself into Kenyan cuisine. You'll see nyama choma, which means barbecued meat, in almost any Kenyan restaurant, and the meat itself has taken up its own form, where some people are still keeping it very simple and only adding salt, where others have gotten more creative and added more spices and marinades to their meat. Meat is a big part of Maasai cuisine, if not a majority of it. Once a week, we will take an animal from the farm, and that will provide food for the entire week for the household. This style of raising your own food and then using everything is a big part of our culture and a center point for a lot of our traditions. Maasai, we're a nomadic tribe. Our history is passed on through oral tradition.
This is unique to us for the last 38 years.
We migrated to Kenya and Tanzania centuries ago. Along the way, we herded the animals.
So it's not the normal fare that you get in any other restaurant in Kenya.
This practice of cooking and eating has been with our tribe since before we even arrived in Kenya. Bye. Bye. I made a pun. I never do that.